In the world of cricket, a lot of news has broken. The Pakistan squad for the Tri-Nation Series and the Asia Cup squad announced. India has announced its squad for the Asia Cup and the future T20Is. There are central contracts issued to Pakistani players. There are no A category people. But the top news that we will start today with, our new Backward Point episode, Umar Akmal selected for European cricket.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea, but I'm intrigued. I'm curious, but not enough to find out what that actually means.
There was a time when Virat Kohli said he had more to offer cricket than just to expand the game. And so Virat Kohli is continuing to play cricket internationally. I think Umar Akmal is now using his name, his fame, his aura to expand the game in Europe.
Man, just what a delight that man is. A gift that keeps on giving for Pakistan cricket. Something, in we keep quoting The Dark Knight on this podcast. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But Umar Akmal is different. You either die a villain or live long enough to see yourself play European cricket. That's Umar Akmal for you.
And he will be the hero there.
One day, hopefully. Jokes aside, we are here to cover a lot of cricket news. We will not be covering the India series, the India squad announcement. We have decided mutually that deserves its own video, a deep dive into the Indian cricket system and how they do what they do. Today, we're going to be talking about mostly the Pakistan squad, the Pakistan management, and the Pakistan central contacts with other news mashed with. Again, as always, me and my brother and co-host Bashar Sayed is with me. Bashar, before we get into this, shout outs to our patrons. You can see the scroll now. You can see the scroll if you're watching us on YouTube and Spotify. These are the patrons. These are the lovely people that sponsor this podcast. Keep the lights on. Asia Cup is a great time for you guys to join the Patreon community. It is a paid community, but the funds go to support this podcast so that we can do bigger and better things with it. The executive producer tier is completely sold out. There were 3 tiers. It was the highest ranked tier. It is sold out, but we do have the inner circle open for everybody. So please check it out. Links in the description below. And why are you smiling, sir?
We met many of you in Florida.
Yes.
A lot of you guys asked us, how is the podcast as a full-time job?
Yeah, people thought we were doing this full time.
And that to me is a massive compliment.
How so?
Because you think that this podcast takes a lot of time and effort. And so it only makes sense that someone does this full time and you can't have a family or a day job or a personal life because that's how much it requires to be dedicated to run a podcast on Pakistan cricket.
Oh yeah, totally. I appreciate all the wonderful words.
So before we start, actually,
okay,
this episode was supposed to drop 2 days ago, but we were at Yashi Sports on Sunday shooting not 1 but 2 videos for you guys. The first video is of us facing 90 miles per hour on the bowling machine.
You were facing 90 miles. I was just watching the ball go by.
You faced 100 miles per hour on the bowling machine. So
faced is actually generous. There was a moment where my wooden bat touched the leather ball, yes, at 100 miles an hour. I can say
your eyes were closed.
My eyes were closed. I was genuinely terrified for my life. And I did not want to be there. There was no amount of money that Yashi Sports could have thrown at my face for having me there facing 100 miles per hour. But content is king. I did it for the content, guys.
For the fans, for you guys watching at home. To give you guys experience of what it's actually like to face guys like Bumrah, Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee, Shane Bond.
Wild.
Second video also will be dropping very soon. So we were busy shooting that stuff on Sunday when Aqib Javed and Mike Hasan just magically appear on the PCB YouTube channel to announce Pakistan squad.
On the way for us, when we were on the way to Yashi, we saw this press conference live.
Super random timing. But you know what's funny? Pakistan, the first team to announce their squad for the Asia Cup. Pakistan is typically that lazy student who waits till the last minute to submit their assignments. But this time, they're the first ones to do it.
Bashar, remind me, what tournament was it where they just did not announce their squad? Was it the 2023 World Cup?
It was one of these World Cups.
It was just like they were just not announcing their team. Everybody had announced their team except for Pakistan. It was insane. But yes, today, in this time, under the Mike Hasan management, Mike Hasan administration, I should say, things are different, man. Right is left, left is right, up is down, down is up. Babar is in, Babar is out. Rizwan is out. I mean, what is life? Is there a point to even watch this? Any of this? Should we shut this down? Should I shut this camera down? Is there any point of watching cricket if Babar, Azam, and Rizwan are not playing?
You know what it feels like? It feels like when your parents drop you off at college. And they've dropped you off, you're at this new campus, they're driving back and it hits you. It's actually happening.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about a squad with no Babar, no Rizwan. And as Pakistan cricket fans, we are not used to seeing a Pakistan T20 side at a major tournament without both of these two. The first time since 2021, since this is a Pakistan team going to a world tournament where we aren't seeing Babar or Rizwan, and we'll get to that. But before, let's talk about the actual squad that was announced.
And you missed a very key stat. First time since 2017 that we haven't seen Babar Azam in a major tournament.
I would even say 2016 because he was part of that T20 World Cup squad. And I think he picked up an injury where Khalid Latif then replaced him.
What days?
What days? Khalid Latif.
Khalid Latif. Remember that guy? Yeah, we're gonna deep dive into this, but this is just an insane turn of events. I feel like we are turning a corner in Pakistan cricket. Now, is that corner that we are turning a corner that is filled with light and hope and ambition and perseverance? Time will tell. But it is definitely a corner that is being turned.
So this is the same squad that went to the USA for the West Indies tour. And it's only two new additions to that same squad, and that's of Salman Mirza and Wasim Jr. So this is Pakistan's squad. I think I kind of categorize this with respect to top order, middle order, all-rounders, fast bowlers, spinners. So our top order, Saim Ayub, Sahib Zada Farhan, Fakhar Zaman, Mohammad Haris, who is the wicketkeeper. Middle order is Salman Agha, Hasan Nawaz, Hussain Talat, Khuzdil Shah. All-rounders, Mohammad Nawaz, Fahim Ashraf. I guess you can also put in Saim Ayub and Hussain Talat in this category as well.
And Khuzdil, I guess.
Fast bowlers, Hassan Ali, Wasim Jr., Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rove, Salman Mirza. And our specialist spinners are Abrar Ahmed and Sufyan Makeem. Initial thoughts?
I love it. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I think this is a great squad.
The one thing I like is the consistency in the squad selection.
Oh, yes.
Because if Pakistan is going out there playing a new brand of cricket, modern day cricket, where they're playing high risk cricket, you need to back your guys and you need to back the same playing 11, the same squad mentality, so that the players are not insecure. So they can go out there, play for the team, play for the star on the chest, not the name on the back.
Honestly, we have been sort of, there's been whiplash, at least on this podcast. For every time there is a squad announcement, there is somebody random thrown in. At least I can say in this squad, there is no random experience inclusion. You know, take Shoaib Malik in the 2021 World Cup, just randomly appears out of nowhere. Take Fahim Ashraf in the Champions Trophy of this past year, just randomly appears from nowhere. I feel like there is some thought behind this. This is the future of Pakistan cricket. These 17 guys and maybe 3 or 4 are on the bench. These are the guys that are going to take Pakistan into the new era. And I think the baton has been passed. I think in the newest...
Passed from who to who?
I'll explain that. In the newest, most flashiest version of this game, we have seen the baton being passed. Now, from who to who is a very good question, Bashar. Neither are you a little boy. Neither is this your first podcast. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the Rizwan Babar situation. And I would actually somehow shockingly put Naseem in there as well. It's not who the people are in the squad that is news. It's the people who are not, unfortunately.
There is a meme circulating online where people are saying Tabish Hashmi will now have Naseem Shah, Babar Azam, and Mohammad Rizwan on his show for Har Na Mana Hai for the Asia Cup transmission.
I'm already traumatized. I mean, of course it's a meme, but the possibility of that happening is quite high. I'm not going to lie. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the weeds. Let's not beat around the bush anymore. 3 of Pakistan's superstars. When it comes to revenue, when it comes to finances, when it comes to ads sold, Babar and Naseem are in the top.
Can I add one more name to this?
Please.
Shadab Khan, who is out because of injury, but this is, again, our first major tournament without Shadab as well.
Sure, but
since the Champions Trophy.
But there's always a caveat. There's an asterisk why Shadab isn't there. It's not because of performance. It's because of injury. And
well, some would argue his performances haven't been good. And he's still been awarded awarded the Category B contract, which is the highest contract you can get.
I
as
agree,
a
Bashar,
quant
but
center.
at the same time, what did Hasan tell us at lunch? He said Shadab is a unicorn. Give me a batsman who can bat in the top 6 and can give you 4 overs of like leg spin, wrist spin. Nobody in the world can do that. Rashid bats 7-8. Did we not have this conversation? And he's like, this guy should be in every team ever, full stop. That's Mike Hasan's thought process behind this. And I sort of agree. Now that you think about it, who is a wrist spinner that bats in the top 6 in T20 eyes? Exactly. Yeah, do your homework as well, guys.
Only Hardik Pandya is a fast bowler who can do that.
Talking about a wrist spinner. Those are solid 4 overs. If you have a decent wrist spinner, he can give you 4 overs, 30 for 2 in the middle from overs 8 to 15. If he's a decent wrist spinner, right? So that's a big loss. But again, that's an injury-based loss. That's not a selection-based loss. It felt like the entire press conference that Hasan and Mr. Javed were present at was just basically...
Mr. Javed?
Mr. Javed, yes. Why?
Aqib Javed.
You shake a man's elbow once, Bashar, and you suddenly are not on first name basis.
Yes, you have famously shaken Aqib Javed's elbow a couple of years back in Canada.
That's true. So
because he was wearing a tank top and shorts, and he was down in the hotel lobby.
We don't have to talk about
picking
what
up
he was
his Uber Eats.
No, I don't think his attire had anything to do with the elbow shake. But it was basically a press conference about why Babar and Rizwan are not on the team, and it was very evident that for some reason the media was shocked that two players who were not in the T20 setup for the past 12 months are not included in the Asia Cup.
Some of them had hope because Fakhr Zaman picked up a very serious hamstring injury
Fakhr's in there.
in the second T20I. And actually, we spent some time with Fakhr. So we were in Florida August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So 3rd was the last T20I. And on the 4th afternoon, the Pakistan team was flying out to Trinidad for the ODIs. And we were supposed to have lunch with a friend. And turns out, Fakhr Zaman, because he's injured, he could not go back to Pakistan the same day. And he was stuck in a hotel. And
he was limping.
He wanted to hang out with our mutual friend. So we went to a shopping mall nearby with Fakhr Zaman.
There we go.
Where he was looking to shop for shoes. And I mentioned this because when he was shopping for those shoes, he was limping, number one. He could not bend down to pick up shoes off the ground. That's how bad his injury was.
We thought it was gone for like at least 6 weeks.
And so he mentioned he's going back to his home and he's just going to rest it out. And I guess looking at the squad, he is fully fit now.
Yeah. And again, the entire press conference was just based on why Babar and Rizwan were not there. What did you take of that?
I took the fact that our media just wants some spicy news. When they were in the squad, they were wondering, why are they in the squad? They are not T20 players. Their strike rates aren't good. They have high averages. Pakistan plays too slowly. But now that they're out of the squad, they're like, oh, why are they not in the squad?
You're saying Pakistani media has no decorum?
I also think that
no integrity?
we worship superstars, and Babar and Rizwan were the backbone of Pakistan cricket for the past 4 or 5 years. But I think right now, in this format, it's time to give new guys a chance. And that's why looking at this squad and the upcoming tournaments that we have, this Tri-Series, the Asia Cup, the T20 World Cup, I think this is a big opportunity for a lot of our new guys to come in, perform, and make big names for themselves.
I think this is actually a really good opportunity for us to sort of look forward into the sheet and talk about this central contracts as well. Because I have a genuine question with the A category being completely wiped out in Pakistan's central contract and basically Shaheen Shah Afridi, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan being demoted to...
Only Babar and Rizwan. Shaheen was ever in category A.
Is that true?
I just confirmed this.
Okay. So those two being demoted to category B, and they're not being a category A at all, has the sun set on Rizwan and Babar?
I think this is a conditional situation where the performances in the last 12 months haven't been up to par, which is why they've been demoted. Actually, no player right now is in the category A. There's been a few.
It does not exist.
It doesn't exist. So there's no elite level Pakistan player right now. Everyone just sort of either you're above average in category B or you're average and below average in category C and D.
But has the sun set on Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan as the star players of Pakistan cricket? Is that mantle empty? Is the throne empty? Is there no king? Is there no a jester? Isayam, are you ready to take the mantle?
Here's a problem with Babar and Rizwan. Again, we're coupling them together, but if we talk about them,
they come in a package, whether you like it or not. I read this somewhere where somebody was like, the worst thing to happen to Babar Azam is being Rizbarred up with Rizwan. Man, they have fought together through everything. Babar was the one who put Rizwan up into the opening slot, correct?
it was back in Misbah's coaching.
For better or for worse, that was something he wanted to back up. Now, when Saim wanted to come in, he got pushed to 3. When Saif Farhan wanted to come in, he got pushed to 6. There was always room for everybody else to adjust except for these two. May I remind you, when Mohammad Rizwan came to a international press conference and said that I want to play at number 4 for Pakistan cricket team, and he forced the management's hand, who at the time was playing at 5 or 6, moved himself to number 4 and pushed Aga to number 5. He did that under Babar Azam's captaincy. That happened. And so
even when Saim Ayub came up the batting order, he said he didn't find a reason for the opening pair to be changed.
Exactly. I mean, there was a level of security that these two had with each other, which made us pair them together. Like, it was not a coincidence that these two were the number 1 and number 2 highest run getters of Pakistan in T20I ever. That they've played one of the most T20I matches for Pakistan ever together. They have, I think, the most 100-run partnerships in Pakistan T20Is ever. So when people come up and like, oh, Rizbar have been partnered up, that's the worst thing to happen to Babar Azam. Look at the stats. Look at how they back each other up. Kaptana Meri Jana, it's on record, right? So it's not difficult for us to pack them together. It's more difficult for us to look at them as individuals. Is there a case for Rizwan and Babar to be looked at as individual players? I agree. Maybe there is a case there. I still don't think Babar Azam fits in this team. I don't think the ethos that this team has, Babar Azam can jive with. But the larger question that looms with the central contract also in place and Babar Azam and Rizwan not being selected in a major T20, in a major world or continental tournament since 2021 with Rizbar and since 2017 with just Babar Azam, begs the question, is it over? Is the end of the era here?
Can I give you one stat on Rizbar? So you mentioned that they have the most runs as a batting pair. They have the most 100 partnerships, a lot of the partnerships. They actually statistically have the most runs as a batting pair in T20Is. However, here's the caveat, and here's the issue I have with him. They have the second worst run rate as a batting pair. So the run rate while batting together is 7.91, which is the second worst, only behind Andy Balbirnie and Paul Stirling from Ireland.
Shout out to the Irish.
The best run rate here is by Kyle Coetzee and I think this is George Munsey from Scotland, which is 8.92. And they are second last on this list of the worst run rates to have as a batting pair.
Yeah.
And this has been Pakistan's issue the past 4 years, where Babar and Rizwan had conservative starts. Their average power play score was like 42. Their strike rates in the power play were like 120. And if they go into major tournaments, that strike rate was less than 100. I think Babar's strike rate in the power play of T20 World Cups is around 90, which is even bad for ODIs these days.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the issue we had. And the other issue is people tell us, oh, but back in those days, Pakistan had a very crappy middle order. Well, Babar Azam was the captain. Why was he not developing middle order players? Why was Pakistan too conservative up top? And guys like Haider Ali, Asif Ali, Azam Khan would come in with like the last 5 overs being asked to smash from ball 1.
Mm-hmm.
People oftentimes blame Hasan Ali for the drop catch of Matthew Wade in the 2021 semifinal.
They blame
Shaheen Afridi for getting smacked with 3 sixes, but nobody looks back and says Pakistan was 71 in the first 10 overs thanks to Babar and Rizwan. Rizwan's strike rate that match was 128, and he thinks that's his best innings of his life.
I mean, this is genuinely like the management has been very honest with this. I think Mike Hasan has been very nice and very cordial. But at least in respect to Babar, there has definitely been a conversation to have Babar somewhere in the squad, maybe sitting out. Having a Babar Azam in the squad, I can see how that's a psychological effect on the team as well. He's the GOAT of Pakistan cricket, unfortunately, as it stands. And I say unfortunately because
currently,
yeah, is he not
or overall GOAT?
No, just currently. I think in this era from 2017 to 2025, is he not the best Pakistan player ever?
What are the metrics of judging that?
Stats, centuries, match winning performances, runs in series in general. It's a run machine. You can't disagree with the experience that Babar Azam has had since 2007.
I wouldn't say he's a GOAT player. I would say he's a very good player.
In this era, I'm saying, who's the GOAT of this era?
Well, Babar has
17 to 25.
Babar has not turned up in major tournaments.
This has been a criticism.
I think Fakhar Zaman has more performances in major tournaments. I think Shadab Khan has more performances in major tournaments. Even Shaheen Afridi has more performances in major tournaments.
Again,
if you look back at Babar Azam's best performances, gun to your head, give me one innings right now. Most people will say 2019 ODI World Cup against New Zealand. Now, this was 6 years ago.
Some people will also say the 2022 semi-final of 50 against New Zealand as well.
You're chasing 150, man.
It's a 50.
Come on, the bowlers.
50
the bowlers set that game up.
Now you're changing the rules. You're changing the goalposts. If you're talking about a clutch innings under pressure semi-final against New Zealand,
you're chasing 150 in Sydney.
It doesn't matter. He has a 50 in a semi-final. Yes or no?
That World Cup, he was a complete flop.
Except for that one game.
Which was again set up by the bowlers. I think wasn't Shaheen the man of the match?
In that game?
Was somebody else?
I forget.
It wasn't Babar. Maybe it was Rizwan.
I can check that. That's not a problem. But what I'm saying is that who else is the quote unquote GOAT of 17 to 25?
I'm telling you, Fakhar, Shadab, Shaheen.
They're better than Babar Azam in that era.
Terms of
all formats.
In terms of turning up in big moments, in big tournaments, I guess being clutch.
I guess you can agree or disagree. I'm not talking about clutch at all. I'm just talking about just greatness from 17 to 25.
How do you judge greatness?
You judge greatness by runs. You judge greatness by, I mean, the only trophy that they've won collectively is that 17 trophy. Right?
And who was the man of the match in the final?
Fakhar Zaman. Yes, but you're missing my point. You're missing
who was the player of the tournament? Hasan Ali?
You're missing my point of just consistency from 17 to 25.
I think we have a disagreement here on the metrics to judge greatness. I think you're saying average, rankings, total runs, and I'm looking at things at who is the guy we can rely on under pressure to come in and win us the match.
The man of the match in the second, this one was Mohammad Rizwan, 57 off 43.
Cool. So I would even argue Rizwan is more clutch than Babar.
Okay, that's not the argument that I'm making. The argument that I'm making, who's the greatest Pakistan player from 2017 to 2025?
Again,
are you saying Mohammad Rizwan?
What are the metrics?
What do you mean, what are the metrics? Is he yes or no? Just yes or no. Gun to your head.
No.
Who is?
Shaheen.
Is the greatest Pakistani player from 2017 to 2025?
I think he has
2 good years in that.
300 plus wickets in this entire calendar year. He's like 11th on the list of most wickets for Pakistan internationally.
It's from 17 to 25?
And well, I think he debuted in 2018.
Can I also argue that Babar Azam has the most runs and tied with the most centuries during that period as well for Pakistan?
Sure. Maybe you can argue that.
I think your bias with the fast bowlers is showing, but that's not my point. Again, you're derailing my entire argument here.
You asked me who the GOAT was.
By going into the nitty gritties, what I even forgot what my point was at this point.
You were like, is he not the GOAT of Pakistan cricket? The last.
Yes. So having him in the squad is maybe a morale booster for some of the guys.
How would it boost the team's morale?
We heard it's the same concept.
We heard serious reports in the last year T20 World Cup that a lot of people said the reason why Saim Ayub was not scoring runs because of the toxic team environment.
Yeah, because you had Muhammad Amir and Imad Wasim in that team.
You think Muhammad Amir and Imad Wasim are
part of the problem?
Are discouraging Saim Ayub?
No, I'm saying that Muhammad Amir and Imad Wasim, who are outsiders talking crap about the team, who have been selectively inflicted upon this team, were the problem. Yes. I'm not saying that they were whispering in Saim's ears before he slept, don't score runs, beta, don't score runs. I'm not saying that's what happened. What I'm saying is that just if you're talking about team morale, environment building, and team chemistry, that's where it stems from. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. At the end of the day, Sarfraz Ahmed was part of the T20 I swear set up in 2021 as a bench player. Babar, in some world, could have that form. But this management is not even willing to entertain that aspect of it. They are so far ahead of that whole argument.
Look, Mike Hasan has come on record and he said that they have asked Babar Azam to work on a few things. One of them is being his power hitting against spin, batting with more intent against spin, wanting to take on spin, and his overall strike rate. And he mentioned that they will monitor his BBL numbers and see where they can go from there. So what I'm understanding right now is at least the next 4 to 5 months, I don't see Babar in the T20 squad.
I don't see Babar in the T20 2026 World Cup. I think this is just a bone that Mr. Hasan is feeding to the media and to the Babar Azam BA56 fandom. That, hey, BBL numbers, da, da, da. Unless Babar Azam scores 500 runs at a strike rate of 155 and an average of 100 in the BBL, this is outscoring everybody. I don't think there is a case for him to be in the squad. Who does he sit out? We've had this conversation before. Does he sit out Saim Ayub? No, because we know Saim Ayub is multilateral. Does he sit out Sahibzada Farhan? With the form that he's in the past 12 months, hell no.
Also,
even if Sahibzada Farhan scores 5 straight ducks, he is still in that World Cup squad.
Also, he's our backup keeper.
He's the backup keeper as well. And then you have Fakhar Zaman. Do you retire the Fauji for Babar Azam? No. Mohammad Haris can bat up the order. He's a floater, but he can bat up the order if he needs to be. So you don't really have a space for a Babar Azam type player. You know who is a Babar Azam type player in the squad right now? Kaptan Salman Liawa. That's the anchor role that you're looking for is there. And that is a guy who can come out and score at will. I was actually just rewatching, I know different formats, but I was just rewatching his, was it against South Africa that he scored a century with him and Rizwan?
Yeah.
Just watch that. Insane. They built that up. That was, again, a brilliant chance for Babar Azam to come out and get something in a flat pitch. I think it was Karachi. Flat Karachi pitch. 366 on the board. Just go out there and make a match-winning century. And we've talked about the opportunities that Babar has had to actually get to that elusive, 20th century or whatever. It's not happening for him. That's his roadblock. He has to deal with it. Boo-hoo.
The issue we have right now with our current cricketers is that they are social media superstars. They need to be real life superstars, and you become that by winning matches.
Yeah.
That's why in the West Indies T20 series, where Shaheen was defending 8 runs in the last over, there came a point where it was like 4 off the last ball.
Yeah.
And if Shaheen had dotted that or saved that match, he would have been a hero.
Yeah. 100%.
So our guys are getting opportunities, but they're not grasping them as they should. And that's why I think this Tri-Series, Asia Cup, T20 World Cup, I want to see new stars develop in Pakistan.
You know what's crazy? At least there's conversation and arguments about Babar Azam being in the T20 squad or not. There is no real conversation for Mohammad Rizwan at all. That's how bad he's fallen. He had the greatest opportunity to turn everything around against India in 2024. Unable to do that. Why in the world was he charging Bumrah? We will never know. Maybe if he's on the podcast, we can have that conversation.
Well, we heard off the record that Rizwan wanted to attack Bumrah because Bumrah was their main bowler. And if he had attacked Bumrah, and if that had paid off, it would have demoralized the Indian team. Because, if Bumrah is getting smashed, good luck, Arshdeep.
I mean,
that was, again, the thought process.
Hindsight 2020, I believe. Excuse me. Yeah, I just think it's interesting that Rizwan's name is not even as high up on that banner. If push came to shove and the management had to choose somebody, I think it would be Babar in the top 3.
I think if these guys go back in domestic or BBL and actually improve their game, it's going to be good for the Pakistan squad. Again, going back to the squad mentality. Because knowing that you have guys like Babar and Rizwan on the bench who, once they've improved their game, can strike at 140, 150, it'll have more competition within the team. So it'll be competitive. There
was an article that you shared in our WhatsApp group chat, shout out to the Patreon group, that Nagi wrote for Dawn. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so that article, it's an article in Dawn News written by Hasan Nagi, former media manager of the Pakistan team. And again, he talks about the omission of Babar and Rizwan and why this shouldn't be surprising. He talks about numbers. He talks about their numbers in T20 World Cups, their strike rates in power plays, their batting economy while they're batting together, how many balls they consume, how many balls they have left for the middle order to come in and consume, and how what we were doing in the past 4 years was totally opposite of what the entire world was doing. And somehow we were expecting the results to be the other way around. So the last two T20 World Cups were won by India and England, and they were the ones playing the T20 cricket like it was supposed to be played. Aggressive in the power play, strong middle order, strong in the death. Conversely, the same sort of bowling, good in the power play, middle orders, death overs, having batting depth, aggressive up top.
There's also been a lot of conversation about this around international media as well. I think Jared Kimber did a great video that I shared on Backward Point's social medias about just how, you talk about Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Stephen Smith, Joe Root. In the 5 years since the 2021 World Cup to 2026, all 4 of those or 5 of those people have evolved their game in in certain manner or so. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have literally just recently won a T20 World Cup. Was Joe Root in the part of that T20 World Cup win in 2022?
No, but he's been around the
circuit.
I think he's playing the SA20. He was picked for Rajasthan Royals in the IPL. Didn't play many games, but he's improved his game so much that he is getting picked in these leagues around the world.
Jared is making the argument that, again, an argument that we've made so many times on this podcast, that, you know, stagnation is regression. And if you're not evolving, then you're going backward, because the game is moving forward in such high velocity that the game that was being played in 2021 is just not the same game that is being played right now.
Cool. What is your ideal playing 11 from the squad? I have mine. I want to see if you have yours ready.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll pull up
In the meantime, I'll just tell you what I think would be the ideal playing 11 from my side in this condition. So, opening.
Is this for the tri series or for like the entire UAE setup right now?
Let's start off with this tri series, because Pakistan is playing 4 matches confirmed, potentially a 5th match if they go to the final. All of these games are happening in Sharjah. So pitches where the ball will stay low, maybe some swing up front, but for the most part, it's going to be spin friendly. So I have Saim Ayub and Farhan opening. I have Fakhar Zaman at number 3. I have Mohammad Haris at number 4, Salman Agha at 5, Hasan Nawaz at 6, Mohammad Nawaz at 7, Fahim Ashraf at 8, Shaheen Afridi at 9. And then you can play either Sufyan Mukim or Abrar Ahmed at number 10 and Haris Rauf at 11.
Now, this is the same problem that...
Let me explain something.
Okay, let's go.
So some will say, oh, Mohammad Haris is playing too low, or Fakhar Zaman at 3 isn't good. I think everybody, aside from the top 3, is flexible. So if Pakistan does not lose a wicket in the power play, I would say send in Hasan Nawaz or Fakhar Zaman higher up the order. Mohammad Haris can go in the power play if needed. If Pakistan loses early wickets, he can go there and utilize the power play. Or we've seen he can go in the death and also play the role of a finisher. So I see him being flexible. And this is also what we've heard from the management, because I think we asked them, why is Mohammad Haris being fluctuated, his batting order being fluctuated so much? He was opening in New Zealand. Then he went to 1 down versus Bangladesh. Then he went to 2 down in Bangladesh. And then we saw him batting at number 6 in the West Indies in the USA series. So what we've heard is that they're trying to use him as a floater at whatever entry point suits him best. So either in the power play or in the death.
I think, but your team suffers with the same criticism that has been mounted on Hasan's administration and his overuse of all-rounders. So you have 3 main bowlers here: Haris, Sufyan or Abrar, and Shaheen. And then you have part-timers. You have Simon there. You have Shaheen.
Mohammad Nawaz is a bowling all-rounder.
You see, he gets a full 4 overs, in your opinion, regardless of anything.
He does.
Okay, so 4 from there. So I guess then you get the last. So you get 4 full-time bowlers, and then you get the 5th bowler that can be split between two people if need be. That's what you're saying, right? So I can bowl in there. Simon, you can bowl in there. They can split 2 each.
Fahim can bowl.
Fahim can bowl as well. Yes. Yes.
So I think Pakistan should definitely use 6 bowlers minimum, and then just go from there and see.
I think the criticism of the overuse of all-rounders is more evident in ODI cricket than it is in T20 cricket.
I agree. 100%.
Shorter format, you can try a little bit more. If Simon's having the worst day, goes for 25 in his first over, that's fine. You take him out. You have other options. The game is so short. The resources of bowling are so limited that you can actually have the leverage of trying a few things out. When it comes to ODI cricket, it's a lot more. It's a lot more cricket to be played. So you need more bowlers.
One of the reasons why I loved MS Dhoni as a captain back in the day was his use of part-timers. And he got away with it in ODIs as well. But especially in T20Is, he would get overs out from Yusuf Pathan, Suresh Raina. Rohit Sharma used to bowl back in the day. Yuvraj Singh was one of his main bowlers in the ODI World Cup 2011.
Yeah.
So I think in the shorter format, you can definitely sneak in a few overs. And going back to your point of Pakistan playing so many all-rounders, I think we have to in this format, especially because if you're asking guys like Saim Ayub, Farhan, Fakhar to go out there and smash from ball 1, you need that batting depth to give you that cushion that, okay, even if we are 30 for 3 in the power play, that we have batting up until Fahim Ashraf or even Shaheen Afridi can come in and swing the ball.
Or even Haris Rauf.
Yeah.
And if you bats at number 10, you kind of have a quote unquote, lappa all the way up to number 10.
Or if you even swap Haris Rauf with Hasan Ali,
Yeah.
then you have batting till like number 10 because Hasan Ali can come in and smash it as well. He has 2 ODI 50s.
Yeah, true enough. I think that 11 is pretty much what I would knock down as well. I don't think there's anybody that I would take out. This is basically the sort of format that Pakistan has been playing in the past 2 or 3 series ever since Hasan has taken over. And I think this is the combination that serves the most interest to me. Now, the question then arises, is this combination the combination that's going to A, win the Tri-Series, B, win the Asia Cup, and C, when it comes push to shove in February, March 2026, win the T20I World Cup?
We'll have to see how this plays out because Pakistan has been challenged in away conditions. They've actually been playing in quite contrasting conditions. And that's also what Mike Hasan mentioned in the press conference. He mentioned that we played New Zealand, which was seeming swinging conditions. Then we played Bangladesh in Pakistan, flat conditions. We played Bangladesh in Bangladesh, which is low spinning tracks. Then we went to the USA to play West Indies, which were, again, some low wickets.
Sticky wickets.
With a strange outfield. And this, I think, will be another challenge. But I think Pakistan should do better here because conditions in the UAE are similar to Pakistan's. And this is actually great preparation for them for the Asia Cup because it's happening also in the UAE. So I want to see how this plays out. The Tri-Series will not be a walk in the park. UAE playing in their home conditions. Afghanistan with their spin bowling options in the UAE will also be a massive challenge. So Pakistan needs to be on their A game. I wanted to just come back to the entire squad because we have a 17-man squad. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some players that Pakistan can swap out for other players. So I think Haris Rauf can be swapped out for Wasim Jr. Similar fast bowlers can be used first change in the power play.
I have a question
at the
about
death.
Wasim Jr. Is he still bowling 140 plus?
So he got an injury in the PSL and then he was off for a few months. And right now he's in Australia playing a top-end T20 tournament, which involves, I think, multiple teams.
Is that the Shaheens versus
That's the Shaheens.
Perth Scorchers or whatever?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that's a T20 tournament.
That is T20s.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought someone just scored a century there somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I'm caught up.
So he's playing there. He looks fine. Believe it or not, he's been rated as a top-notch death bowler and somebody who has a lot of airspeed. He can bowl around 140 clicks. I hope he can still generate those same speeds. He is coming back off of injury. I think Shaheen could be swapped for Salman Mirza. And I think he will be swapped because Shaheen's workload will be managed. I think you can bench him for the game against UAE, play Salman Mirza. The issue I have with Salman Mirza is that he's inexperienced. I think he's
only
played
3 games.
I think he's played a total of 30 games in his professional career, which includes list A, first class, T20s. So are we ready to put him in a Tri-Series plus an Asia Cup where you're going to be playing in crunch situations, pressure matches? He did do very well in the PSL in eliminator matches.
And against Bangladesh.
And Bangladesh on debut. So I saw some of his footage again this morning. He's got 2 very good balls. He balls an in-swinger to the righty with a new ball. And then he also has a ball that he does an off-cutter that just goes off of a length towards the slips.
I'm always nervous when you say a bowler has really good balls. I think we should use the word deliveries.
Deliveries.
This is a family channel. I agree. Salman Mirza has really good the in-swinger delivery and the out-swinger. I think he's really mastered that even at this young age. Is it too soon? All those questions that you asked, we have the answer, Bashar. He's in the squad for not only the Tri-Nation Series, but the Asia Cup. It's happening.
People were questioning why isn't Abbas Afridi in the squad? Maybe he should have been picked ahead of Hasan Ali. Where is Abdul Samad? Where is Irfan Niazi? And I think
where Irfan Niazi isn't? Central contact. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see why Abbas Afridi could be in contention, but the way that I see it, I think Abbas Afridi is a backup player for Hasan Ali because Abbas Afridi was in the squad for the Bangladesh tour, and then he got dropped for the West Indies tour, and Hasan Ali came in to replace him.
Abbas Afridi is a backup for Hasan Ali, who was a backup for Haris Rauf.
Not like for like, but kind of.
So that's why Abbas Afridi is not in there, because I think the management went with Wasim Jr. It was either Wasim or Abbas. I think they went with Wasim, which I think is an interesting call. I'm not against it. Wasim Jr. is definitely a loaded talent, slingy action, 140 plus. can swing a few as well. Maybe I would have gone with Abbas just because he's played the T20 World Cup last year. He has some reps under him. He had a good PSL. He can bat. I don't know.
I am concerned about Hasan Ali's bowling form. Watching him in the USA against West
It's tough.
Indies,
2 games.
he
tough.
got smashed. And then the concerning part is the no balls, the wides, the not being able to sustain the pressure. So I hope he pulls out his A game in this upcoming Tri Series. But even if he doesn't, we're not gonna swap somebody last minute. I think this is the squad for Tri Series plus Asia Cup. So they want to back the players.
I think Hasan Ali comes in. Hasan Ali might be that experience inclusion that we've been talking about. Kind of doesn't really make 100% sense, but he's in there because he's Hasan Ali, because he's played multiple World Cups and Champions Trophy, Player of the Series, etc., etc. I think Abbas Afridi walks into this team over Hasan Ali. Hasan Ali, Bashari's body language was down after the 13-20. Yeah, you saw that. Even though the team won, he was kind of like, and you can tell what kind of state of mind a person like that can be in.
Also, our fans don't really help. We were at the stadium and it was so sad to see Pakistani fans degrading Pakistani players.
Yeah, they were cussing him out.
People were calling Fahim Ashraf Parchi. They were calling Hasan Ali King Karlega, Bobji the King. And I'm like, bro, this is your players. Back your own players. Why are you abusing your own national team players?
Yeah. That's the squad. I think the squad is solid. The question remains, is the squad going to win anything?
Time will tell.
Love your opinion on this, Bashar.
Time will tell.
You can't. That's not your opinion. Yes or no?
Look, some of our takes haven't aged well.
Let's go.
I
Do
think
these guys have the potential to pull off a win against India?
against India,
With the squad that's announced, you are definitely taking a peek. You don't have to give a full review. It's a dangerous squad. I'm already scared.
look, India's
A lot of
announced
names.
Look, India's announced Bumrah on their squad.
A lot of names. Yeah. Bumrah in Dubai is going to be different, though.
Yeah. And I don't think Pakistanis have seen this new look Indian side.
Bumrah
They play a different brand of cricket now.
Bumrah was in the 2021 World Cup. That 152-40. Bumrah was there. Check the stats. I'm just saying. Let's move on to the central contracts situation.
Before we do, I think one contract that's been really going long term for Backward Point is the contract with Yashi Sports.
Central A. That's a contract.
That's a category.
That's the only one.
Because Yashi Sports, guys, they're Canada's home of cricket. They remain the only spot to go in Canada or North America to buy your cricket equipment. We were just there on Sunday and we got to see in person the large variety of equipment that they have. We got to get the expert advice that is promised by Yashi Sports. And I would encourage you guys, go to yashisports.com, explore their equipment. They've got literally everything, regardless if you're a beginner or a pro player. And they've given us an exclusive code BP10 for 10% off your purchase. And they also have free shipping on orders of $350 and up.
Lovely. Yashi Sports, you guys are amazing. Thank you for all your help, also helping us with the facilities. Yashi is the place to go, man. If you're in North America, if you're in the GTA, if you need a place to practice your cricket, that's where you go.
They've got 4 nets, 1 with a bowling machine.
Yeah, that's amazing. Really helped us out. The 100 miles per hour is genuinely 100 miles. I can attest to that. That shit's fast. PCC for 2025 2026 season, sure.
So the last year, there were 27 players. This year, there's 30 players. So there's a larger pool of players. There's been some demotions. There's been some promotions. There've been some players who have missed out. And I'm looking at a smirk on your face. I think this is because Usman Khan has been dropped from the Pakistan team and the central contract list. Are you behind this? Because you spoke to Mohsin Naqvi in Florida.
Yeah, Bashar, I didn't supposed to speak to him about Usman Khan. Of all things, I feel bad for the guy. I think I got duped. I think Wahab Riaz showed him some really golden dreams, and none of them were to come true because A, he was not up to that mark as a player. No shots at him. Again, nothing personal against Usman Khan.
You mentioned he doesn't have a good fade. That was personal.
That is a crime. That is definitely a crime against the Pakistan boys, because that's one thing that they can do. They can get a good fade. Apart from that, he's just not the guy, man. He was never the guy. I don't know what, 1 PSL season, 2 centuries in it. Yes, bewildering stuff, but enough to put yourself into the Pakistan setup, like just directly. At the same time, he not only forgoes his contract with the UAE. Right now, he could have been in the UAE team playing in Asia Cup, if not as the captain, then at least as the opener.
Also getting a fat contract in the ILT20. I think he was making 50 grand a year for one of the teams he was playing there. So that's gone.
That's gone. So
I don't even see him part of any league circuits.
Yeah, he's
not playing county cricket. He's not playing the CPL. I don't even know where
he's at. He probably has a PSL to look forward to, but that's about it. So I feel bad for him because I feel like he got duped into signing a contract that was never really there.
But he's a grown-up man. He should have known what he's walking into.
He's a grown-up man, but Rashad, a lot of these guys come from humble backgrounds. You show them really shiny. You show them like a shiny, spicy thing, and they'll be allured.
Well, let me tell you something. The PCB is PCB has FOMO. Let's just say that, and they're contacting a Pakistani player currently in the USA, former Pakistan under-19 captain. Now that he's doing really well in the MLC, in the CPL, in the Big Bash, they're asking him to come back to Pakistan and play domestic cricket here and then get picked for the Pakistan team. But that player is smart enough to not forego his USA contract, his contract in all the other leagues, because he knows that the Pakistan cricket scene is quite volatile.
I've seen this film before. I didn't like the ending. Usman Samiuddin on Twitter, he had a whole article on this, but he says that you could argue either way on no players in A category. Maybe Agha deserved it. But the truth is the entire board administration should be cutting its own salaries given how they've performed over the last 4 years.
Well, we haven't talked about this, but the Champions Cup thing has been abandoned.
Really? So, I didn't hear about this.
No mentors anymore. No Champions Cup first class. No Champions Cup T20s, ODIs.
Bashar, when did this happen?
This happened recently. So the PCB announced their domestic schedule, and none of the Champions Cup stuff is gone. So hashtag discovering champions. Well, we never discovered anything.
What happened to the millions of rupees, genuinely millions of rupees that they've already poured into the mentors? The easiest payday Sarfraz has ever got in his life. I'm jealous. Loki. I told you. Mentors. I told you the day PCB calls Bashar saying we want you to be a mentor, you would take that call. There's no money that your
if I can be a ghost employee
company can give you.
If I can be a ghost employee like Shoaib Malik, he was promised a high performance center in Sialkot, and he gets to be there, train the players, coach them. Didn't happen
because they gave all the money to him, and they didn't have enough to make the high performance center. What was it?
50 million a year? 50 million per month?
5 million per share. 50 million is 5 crore.
Okay, yeah. 50 lakhs per month. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Which was more than what 25 of the 27 players in the Pakistan central contract list were making. Yeah. So only Babar and Rizwan last year were making more money than the mentors. Make it make sense.
How much money how long were they employed for, the mentor? Was it a year? Did they make 50 million rupees in a year by doing absolutely nothing?
Look, I'm not counting their paychecks.
Okay. Well, that is interesting.
But I am keeping count of how much they made.
Do you think Agha should have been an A? Pakistan captain?
I think maybe. I think he got sort of categorized with everybody else. The entire team's performance the last 12 months has been poor. 2 first-round exits in major tournaments. T20 World Cup, where you lose to the USA, you lose to India, don't make it past the first stage, and then a Champions Trophy at home where you don't even make it past the first round. So I think this is called for. PCB is definitely doing some cost cutting.
Let's talk about the non-retained category. Amir Jamal, Hasibullah, Irfan Khan, Kamran Ghulam, Kiji. Kiji, wow. Mir Hamza, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Huraira, and Usman Khan.
Yeah, Amir Jamal put up a cryptic Instagram story.
KG is shocking to me.
KG is very shocking
century in the
KG is very shocking to me because he even had a pretty decent ODI series against South Africa.
Scored 60 odd in 30 balls. Pushes over the line.
I don't know what he needs to do to come back on the Pakistan team.
The door is closed. No more knocking for KG.
Sad. Genuinely sad.
Amir Jamal, 804. Any of that come into existence or just pure form?
So I heard he picked up an injury last year and
he's so injury prone.
He hasn't been able to come back into his best form, but he is still being looked at as a backup for Fahim Ashraf. So long term, I think he's still part of the not 30 but 40 player pool.
Let's go category by category real quick, Bashar. Category B: Abrar Ahmed, Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman, Haris Rauf, Hasan Ali, Muhammad Rizwan, Saim Ayub, Salman Ali Agha, Shadab Khan, and Shaheen Shah Afridi. Abrar Ahmed in category B? That's high for him.
I think he's our ace bowler in Test and also in white ball cricket, so he deserves to be there. Fakhar Zaman got a new contract last year. He was omitted because of his tweet against for Babar Azam.
Oh, he was omitted. Yeah, I remember that.
He was omitted. Yes.
So he didn't get it for a whole year. He didn't have a central contract.
Nope.
That's great.
Fakhar Zaman.
That's wild. He's back in B, which is good for him. Category C: Abdullah Shafiq, Fahim Ashraf, Hasan Nawaz, Muhammad Haris, Muhammad Nawaz, Naseem Shah, Numan Ali, Sahibzada Farhan, Sajid Khan, Saud Shakil. Shocking for me is Naseem Shah being
demoted.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's called for.
It's called for. No opinions on that. I think that's valid there. Any other thoughts on C?
No, but I have big thoughts on category D.
All right, let's go. Category D: Abbas Afridi, Ahmed Danyal, Hussain Talat, Khurram Shahzad, Khushdil Shah, Muhammad Abbas. Crazy. Muhammad Abbas, Muhammad Wasim, Salman Mirza, Shan Masood, and Sufyan Muqim.
Shan Masood to me is the biggest shocker here because last year he was in category B asterisk if he's Pakistan's test captain. Now he has been demoted to category D. So does that mean he is no longer Pakistan's test captain? Or if he is Pakistan's test captain, should a Pakistan test captain be in the category D? Either way, those things are sketchy.
I think it's a subliminal message that maybe Shan Masood is getting let go of his captaincy.
And Saud Shakil is getting it because he was the vice captain.
Where is Saud Shakil? Saud Shakil is in C. Maybe Agha gets it. I don't know. That'd be so interesting if Agha is the red ball captain and the T20 captain, but not the ODI captain.
I think Rizwan could be a good test captain. He's still our best wicketkeeper batter in test matches.
Yeah, no arguments there. I don't know. I think they're trying to sideline Rizwan. That's my hot take. I think they're trying to find a way to get Rizwan out of the white ball captaincy and give it to Agha. Especially if Agha does something in the next two big events. Like if he wins the Asia Cup or if he wins the T20 World Cup, things are going to look really bleak for my boy Rizwan.
Here's the thing. Who is really competing for Mohammad Rizwan's spot in the ODI format? I would say Hasibullah is or should be ahead of Muhammad Haris in that format. But Hasibullah was in last year's central contract and he's been dropped from this year's.
If Haris wins an Asia Cup or World Cup, does he automatically make it as the chief contender?
Haris in T20s still works. Muhammad Haris in ODIs is kind of a stretch. Unless you use him as a number 6-7 finisher.
Didn't he win an Asia Cup in the long format?
It's 2 years ago.
50 over format. But it's happened. Captained it.
It was an emerging Asia Cup 2 years ago.
All right. Okay. I'm just trying to make a conversation here. I think category A in the absence of it is just funny to me, honestly.
So you know what this means, right? This means that Babar and Rizwan get a pay cut.
Yeah. It's fine.
So I think they're
category B still gets paid with 25.
I think they were making like 60 lakhs a month or 65
and now
lakhs
they go down to 25.
Like 40 or 45.
That's still a lot of money.
Is it really?
Basha. That's a lot of money. I saw that per year, category B people are making 5.6 crore rupees a year.
Which is what, 250K CAD?
Yeah, 300. Yeah.
It's not a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, your fintech job is paying you a lot, brother.
No, I'm just saying.
You're sitting here saying, I'm making more than
Listen, no. Listen, for top Pakistani players in a country of a population of 250 million plus, playing the biggest sport in the country to just be making, 300K Canadian dollars a year? Are you serious?
Yeah, but they're not paying Canadian taxes. They're not paying.
They do get heavily taxed.
They get heavily taxed, but I think there's a caveat there. They are in a developing country where the money goes a long way. I lived in Pakistan on a Canadian salary for 3 months. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
One of my friends was in Bali last month, and he told me that he was living like a king because of the conversion rate.
Bro, it's insane. I'm telling you, 3 months I lived on a Canadian salary, and at 300,000 a year if I was living there at 300,000 Canadian a year, oh my God, forget about it. But what is Babar's CA contract like? What is Babar's BBI contract like?
So Pro Sports reported that he's making 8 crores a year from his CA contract, plus incentives.
He's making more from his CA contract than he is from central contract.
Facts.
Okay, so BBL salary. PSL salary.
BBL
U4 salary.
probably 300K.
Babar Azam's okay. How about, let me just tell you that. Don't feel bad for these guys. They're okay. I think category D people are making 1.8 crore a year, which is life-changing money for these guys, man. Life-changing money. So I'm happy for them. I hope they keep it up. Anything else, Bashar, you want to touch upon before we get? It's been an hour.
No, I think I'm good. I think we'll be back here. I'm going to do a separate episode on the India squad. We'll be doing a lot more episodes coming up. We are also open to sponsorship for the Asia Cup.
If you're a small business that wants to sponsor Backward Point.
Or if you're a big business.
If you're a really big business.
Even better.
Yeah, let us know. We're open to Tri-Series and the Asia Cup sponsorship. So
queries at backwardpointpod.com.
Boom. And if you guys have watched this and are not subscribed, well, why are you not subscribed? Please subscribe and follow and check out our Patreon. And check out all that stuff. We are doing a live monthly call with our subscribers on Saturday, I believe. So if you guys want to subscribe before that, get into the chat and we'll see you guys then. There's a lot to talk about, right?
Yeah, or if you're listening to us on the audio platforms, leaving us a review helps us go a long way. It can help other people discover the podcast. And yeah, it's free. It's
do it, guys. What the hell? All right. Thank you very much for listening in, and we will be back soon with the India squad in a couple of days. And just get the Tri Nations series going, bro. It's good. Let's do this.
Cheers.
Cheers.